The Elephant and the Ant. There was a large farm in the middle of a dense forest, and in distant lands, a beautiful spring was located near the farm, of which the birds and animals came and drank water. Ant's house was placed next to the spring in a corner of this green, grassy and full of seed woodland in which they lived happily. Every morning they got out of their nest and began to gather food for the winter. The time passed until a herd of elephants entered into the forest. Their ringleader was a robust black and brutal elephant. Since then the ants lost their peace, because in order to drink water the elephants were passing the way on which ants had made their homes. Panicked by the sound of elephants' footsteps, many ants ran for their lives and many of them were injured. Leader of the ants was strong and brave, so he went on the hill where the ants had built. "O giant elephant, we ask you to choose another way for drinking water, so as not to damage our lives and houses," said the ant aloud to the black elephant. The elephant made a sound through his trunk and laughed. "We pass any way that we like, and it has nothing to do with anyone," said the elephant to the ant with a loud and furious roar. From that day onwards everything got worse, and they deliberately annoyed the ants more than before, until all the ants gathered in one place and began talking and consulting together. They decided to leave that site. Everyone said that our power is no match for those giants, and unanimously approved and repeated it that this is the best way to leave. But the shout of the big ant interrupted all the voices, then said, "No. We've spent years of effort to build these houses and castles, we shall not surrender easily. What should we do then? We all love to stay here, because here is the result of years of effort and is not simply made," told the ants to him. After a pause of silence the big ant said, "Give me some time to think," and they unavoidably accepted and said that "We have waited so long so far. Let's wait these few days too," and then everyone dispersed. The ant stayed awake all night and could not sleep. He was preoccupied about what to do until he made a decision at dawn and walked away. He kept on going since he reached a big rock covered with robust and strong trees full of leaves and fruit. All the elephants were sleeping under the trees, and the black elephant had gone into a deep sleep under a robust tree. The ant climbed up the tree and from a large leaf jumped on the big elephant's ear and moved suddenly into his ear and started yelling. The ant injured his ear with his strong teeth. All of a sudden the elephant woke up and noticed something in his ear. Shaking head and struggling was of no use for the elephant. He was twisted with pain and yelled and hit his feet on the ground. All the elephants woke up and surprisingly saw that the big elephant is rotating and hitting his feet on the ground and shouts for help. It was at this time that the elephant began to run. He ran until reached the edge of the big rock. By his extra weight the ground suddenly loosened under his feet, and the elephant fell down the cliff and hit the ground with head. The brave ant got out of the elephant's ear. This is the consequence of cruelty and vanity, and an example for other tyrants, the ant shouted loudly. The green valley again gained its peace, and the ants lived peacefully together for years. They learned strength and courage from this story as well, and transferred it to other generations.